So what I've been doing lately is incorporating lots of mobility work before and sometimes after my workouts. For chest and shoulder day, I really like to do shoulder dislocators. I sometimes do these with a bar as opposed to a band, but because I had worked shoulders a couple days before, didn't quite have the mobility to use a bar. So I do about 3 sets of those, and then I go ahead and move into my initial work. Usually my first exercises are more of like warm-ups / activating exercises. For instance, starting with push-ups here just to get my chest engaged, create that mind-muscle connection with my chest, get some mobility in my front delts and kind of open things up to get started. I'm supersetting this with a front raise done with plates. I like to utilize plates for shoulders because it kind of offsets the way that the weight is. It sets the weight in front of you or farther from your body, which for me helps me take my traps out of the equation a little bit and focus more on pulling up with my delts. What's important about this exercise is making sure that you're not using momentum. Any momentum you use, you're really shortchanging yourself because you're taking your delts out of the movement completely. So really try to focus on initiating the movement with your delts and keeping your scapula depressed or your shoulder blades down throughout the motion to take your traps out. Another thing I've been doing with my workouts lately is focusing on 1 or 2 main lifts, and with these I'll complete several working sets, 5 to 10 sets usually. And what I've found with this is I'm able to create more of a connection with those muscles because I'm spending longer working on the same movement, and because I'm doing more volume, I found that I've been able to increase weights on movements because I'm not knocking them out in 3 sets. If I know I have 10 sets, I can take the time to rest in between and try to up the weight with each set until I find a weight that I can either just not complete the reps or barely complete the reps, and I'll stay there for a few of the sets. So as you can see, my main lift for this workout is an incline dumbbell bench. I really like using dumbbells for chest because it makes you use more stabilizing muscles, and it also allows me to open up my chest a little bit more at the bottom than with a barbell because of the add and abduction motions of dumbbells. That is, you open them up wider and then you can kind of squeeze them together at the top of the movement. I'm supersetting this with a plate side raise. That's because this is a chest and shoulders workout, and a lot of times I like to just superset to combine the 2 muscle groups. Also, I do not often lift with a spotter, but I really think it's a great idea because as you can see here, Travis helps me get the weights up, which allows me to avoid a lot of extra energy expenditure and fatiguing my muscles just by that initial movement of getting the weights up, and then I can focus on actually moving the weight through the workout without getting as fatigued as quickly. Doing a little bit more of a controlled motion for my main delt workout. This is a press variation using a machine. I like it because I have a lot of support and I don't have to fatigue my stabilizing muscles as much, especially since I already did a more unstable pressing motion with the dumbbell presses. And I'm actually going to superset this with a band side raise. With the resistance band, I like to actually have more of an explosive movement to lift the band, and then a slow eccentric movement when returning down. I feel this more in where my delt connects and I really like the way that it contracts as opposed to using dumbbells. That's why I try to combine both kinds of movements in my delt workouts. I've really noticed a difference in my shoulder definition with this. This last shoulder raise variation is called an oblique raise because it's kind of in between a side raise and a front raise. Really try to keep my scapula down and depressed. You will feel some trap activation in this just due to the angle, but I found by doing it this way, I do get a good range of motion with my delts and get some rear delts without too much trap involvement. Now this angle is not for everyone. Someone commented on my post about this that their shoulder clicks when they do this and they feel uncomfortable. Absolutely play to that. Not everyone's going to have the same amount of shoulder mobility, and I have not always had this much mobility. So unless you do have this mobility, stick to simple front raises and side raises until you can do so with stability. I'm supersetting that one with this decline fly. I like to stop at the cable connection points because I feel that I can generate the movement through my chest and my front delts, which I really like as a finisher for both chest and delts. You really don't get to use a lot of momentum here, and it will set you on fire. Now this is kind of a front raise variation that I saw from the hypertrophy coach, and it has quickly become one of my favorite delt workouts. Yes, I can see that I am uneven. I have a certain amount of scoliosis, and I'm working on fixing that. But you use a rope attachment, you just sling it around the dumbbells. It seems really extra, but I think the angle actually hits my delts while taking my traps out of the equation more so than with a cable. And I just love that you can quickly do drop sets by just slinging it around the weights. I try to do I'll do a 60 pound, a 30 pound, and a 20 pound or something to that extent. Start pretty heavy, try to get about 12 reps with each weight. By the last set with the lightest weight, your shoulder should be pretty burnt out, and go ahead and just do some partials with that. I find with drop sets like these, I don't like to do more than about 3 sets total. I focus more on my effort as opposed to volume with these, and it's a great way to finish your delts. I'm just finishing with some tricep work here. I don't do a lot of arm work. I think I might incorporate it more during the bulking season, but at the moment I'm not spending a lot of energy doing that. So I'll just do a couple of bicep exercises on my back day and a few tricep exercises on my chest shoulder day. I like to do one overhand and one underhand. And I found that when I do the push downs with the overhand, I like to actually spread my fingers and push with my palms, and I get a better angle pushing down towards the floor as opposed to pulling it back. I focus on pulling it back more when I do an underhanded motion as shown there. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will keep you updated on my life, progress, food, and future workouts.